Good evening, Speed Gaming and Final Fantasy Randomizer fans. Welcome to tonight's match of the Speed Gaming Live online Final Fantasy Randomizer qualifiers for the tournament. I am Hate the 13th with JLo on the back, pushing the buttons to keep me honest, with, well, our featured runners tonight as Kumo and Life Reboot. With these flags, they're designed to be pretty quick, and, excuse me, there are two random items that are incentivized per qualifying match. Today's items were, excuse me, the Excalibur and an Opal Cheerio. So that means of the 21 items, those are, well, the two pieces of gear that we'll actually find. These flags as well also have a raft of 6 party members, and each party member has 2 blessings and 1 curse. Excuse me, pardon me. The party that we got today was or the possible selection of party we got today, I should say, was 2 red mages, a fighter, a black belt, a black mage, and a thief. And it looks like people have opted, or at least these 2 people have opted for the fighters, given the incentivized Excal. And it looks like we will be off very soon here. One of the other things about this specific flag set is that we have tiered magic shuffle, so we're not going to see a level 1 nuke, most likely. Alright, but diving in, and we've got Fire 2 at level 1, so that means we at least have an early game sweeper for, well, all of the casters. And white magic wise, nothing so much. There is that exit they can get after promotion, but not beforehand. Well, and Cure 2. Never hurts to have a Cure spell in your back pocket. Armor wise, nothing too big there, at least we saw. It's Saber +2, but it's a little expensive for them to be able to handle right now, so yeah, it looks like they're just going to be picking up a couple of scimitars and rolling on out with that. So going over the blessings and curses that we got, the fighter has the Thor Master ability. What that means is that if you find the Thor Hammer for the fighter, give it to him when they're at night, because you have to be promoted to use it still. But you slap that on them, and that will give them, will double their attack power in combat. The fighter also has plus 15 luck, so he'll be able to run, but lost 30 hit points out of the gate. So that's how come the fighters have a max hit point of 5 right now. The thieves have plus 10 strength and resistance to earth and ice magic, but they have minus 1 MDF per level. The red mages have free ruse at level 3, plus 10 agility, but they took 100 gold away from them when they started out the game. The black mage has plus 20 hit percent, plus 5 luck, but can't equip bracelets. Alright, and before I even had a chance to finish going over that, we've got Kumo getting through Garland, taking him down immediately. The crystal from the king, and what the princess is, a ruby. So Titan's Tunnel is incentivized in them. So once they get the ability to get out of the inner sea, they will be able to actually make use of that ruby. Kind of surprisingly. The item shop, I didn't see anything too grand there. At least they have heals. Save items are, well, non-extant except for those houses, which it's not a great price for them, but it could be much. Yeah, it's kind of an ugly encounter table here too. It's a little front-loaded, it seems like. By a little front-loaded, holy crap, there's some fun. Toya has the flab. Well, it's saying it's progress towards the items to get a whole bunch of XP, but she had a ribbon hiding in her closet. So that I think is the much more useful and honestly better thing. That was a gimme of a ribbon. The Red Reboot is going to toss that on the Red Mage, whereas I think, now that I'm looking at the party, I think Kumo also did the Red Mage. Going on into Canaria or Provoca first. Not even bother going to save, just head right on over to Pirate and nuke them down, or, set them on fire, because Pirates are highly, highly flammable. In fact, they tend to spend a lot of time on the water. Or creatures. Alright, White Magic level 2 looks like we had life. That's actually a pretty good place to find it, because level 2, everyone can learn it, and Fire 3. And more fire, and it gives us a big old shiny hunk of metal and form the atom. We've got Oxyale for sale for $5,100. Kuma maybe grabbed quite a few cabins there, so he can encounter manipulate his way across the overworld and not have to deal with too many of those encounters. Where if either of the runners on screen is going to go for that power. Do a couple of battles there, you get the cash, and you come back and buy the outscale, and you're good to go there. Being said, that can also be done later, because outscale is great for on-rack, which you can't even get to right now, so bye-bye. That Adam at least gives them a direct place to go. Kumo out, and he is just not worried about the Oxyale right now. Come back and get that later. Looks like he's heading right on over to see what Smithy McSmith will make out of that Adam today. I only now realize there were the cabins there. I apparently did not notice that. I'm currently having a day that it's not supposed to, but it happens. For those days that yeah, these backpacking always too much forward. So if you've noticed, Life Reboot has basically, he's about a 5-second behind Kumo, and has already overtaken where he was at. On a +2, chilling out the local longbow. Lazy Dwarves, Adamant TNT. I mean, it's convenient, they don't have to go anywhere else, but lazy Dwarves. Alright, and we have a new Mad Bombs at midnight. Great, yay, you can now go deal with Ice Cave if you want. Come on, I dare ya. And fire spells. These runners want not be baited by the Ice Cave. Also because why bother with it. It does look like Life Reboot is heading right on down. That's his Kuma. I am honestly surprised we didn't see either of them to pick up that level 3 magic, but they did both fire 3 at level 2. Marsh Cave is full of a lot of flammable things as well. This encounter table is not a pleasant one. And I apologize if my microphone has been cutting out a bit. I realized I had it mispositioned. Once again, today I am apparently not so bright. Alright, and it looks like we have a Whiz Mummy pack at the Marsh Bike Tile. That's actually pretty good to find for this party, given that it's wielding so much fire magic. free Flame 2 shield as well. Oh my goodness. Alright, so Kumo's fighter is equipped for Bear, Ice Armor, Flame Shield, Ribbon. Alright, and a Canal out of Marsh, so gotta keep moving. That means that Ice Cave, maybe Volcano, or, well, not the Sages, because the Sages will not get the ship, because the early Sages and early Ordeals are turned off in this flag set. So you wander on over to talk to the Sages before you kill Witch, they're just going to look at you and go, no, you don't get anything. That being said, Volcano is incentivized, as is the Sea Shrine and the Sky Palace. Those Sea Shrine and Sky Palace are both behind gate. In the case of the Sea Shrine, that means it is in the single locked chest in the Sea Shrine. Or the single locked room, I should say. And so that one's a nice and easy one to find, not a problem. When it comes to Sky Palace, though, you have all 3 floors of Sky to check through. If you're lucky, you'll find it on Sky 1. If you're not, you'll find it on Sky 2. Sky 2 is the worst floor to check in. Sky 3, well, Sky 3 provides. And this is a curiosity that it looks like Life Reboot popped out and is going to check Marsh top for some reason. I'm wondering if he's just looking for a bit more cash to potentially go buy that Oxyale, or to just be prepped to buy level 3 and 4 spells, because those spells do kind of spike up in price. It's a little bit of a risky play. I mean, it could pay off. It could also just end up biting him, because, yeah, he's got a tent, a cabin, 2,000 gold. Yeah, that was not worth the time. Alright, Kumo has picked into Elfland and Dines Lock and Temper at level 3. Lock, 2, they both have the same effectiveness, it's just Lock is single target, whereas Lock 2 is group. Temper, though, that's a good one to find at level 3. At least it means they will have plenty of casts of it, most likely. Right, and the Ruse as expected. In slot 1, though, so that means upon promotion, the Knight will be able to learn Ruse as well. And yeah, as JLo, the tracker, or our tracker, is pointing out in chat, level 3 means the Ninja can get it as well. Oh, and level 4 slot 2, life 2. That means only white mages can learn that spell. And there's a serious lack of white mages in this seed. Looks like we got Lightning 3 at level 4, though at least that's another good one to find. Life Reboot picking up a few houses just to have something to bring himself back up on the road if needs be. Never a bad idea to have a couple of houses. Also never a bad idea to have about 3-4 softs on you, because whenever you need them, it always seems to be the worst time if you don't have them. How rude will this river system be here? Well, not entirely too rude so far to Life Reboot, given that his first encounter is just a pile of fish, and he's like, you know what? I'm just gonna run some electricity through these things, get a little bit of XP out of it, make sure they're not horribly dangerous. You know, I don't hate the play. It's a little bit on the slow side in my eyes, but, you know, that's my eyes, and I'm commentating for a reason. I am not playing because, well, because. I'll leave that to the faster players. Alright, Kumo finding an opal shield, though, in the first check in Armory. Or first check at Volcano Armory, I should say. And looks like he is heading over to the Armory proper as well to loot the place out. After he curiously goes for the hairpins. Well, at least they're the not annoying hairpins. Getting a note in here. Okay, there's a Bane axe. That's not bad. That looks like it is probably the light axe, because, well, that's the axe that has magic. Ooh, and Gershark's on the tile there. That's actually not too bad. Though the fire won't do so grand against him. Whereas Life Reboot is just diving into Ice Cave already, because, you know, fire burn pretty. And everything in Ice Cave, or almost everything in Ice Cave, is weak to fire. As opposed to these sharks, where if you toss fire at them, they just laugh and laugh and laugh. But they're good XP. Yay, free house. A rub shirt. It looked like that was the black shirt, because only black wizards could equip it. That is a disappointment. But, you know, once again, upon promotion, it's at least armor for that black wizard, because it cannot equip any Cheerios at all. So that lovely opal bracelet, which is incentivized, is it's just going to sit there and probably go on the red mage and just taunt the black mage. Like, haha, you can't equip this. Alright, Life Reboot making his way through Ice Cave. Hasn't run into anything too nasty yet, it seems. And is checking the spike tiles here. Whereas Kumo's just in the middle of the horrible part of the encounter table there, or was apparently at the tail end of it. Alright, looks like there were some mages on the drop-down spike tile and an earth on the frost D-spike tile. Flame sword +1 though, that's a viable weapon. Oh, apparently that's the first weapon that the fighter can equip. Alright, well, you know, yay for having gear, finally. Kumo's going to be pulling up onto the Agama floor here very soon. And it looks like Life Reboot, wondering if he's going to go check the 6-pack in ice, or if he's just going to take a pass on it and run for the incentive. It looks like he's taking the 6-pack and probably going to check that spike tile as well. Silver Axe. Pro rank plus. Ooh, a ruse stick. Okay, 6-pack was worth it. That is very much worth it there. For those who aren't familiar, ruse, it gives you approximately 40 evasion per cast of it. 6 casts, or, I'm sorry, more than 40. I can't remember exactly how much now all of a sudden. I know that it's 3 casts of ruse and you're going to be evade cap. Most likely to be 80. And Kumo stepped on the tile and brought forth the wrath of those Gersharks again. Thankfully enough, at least this time he had the lightning 3 charges to just make them go away. Alright, well, at least he's got something. Silver Hammer +2. I personally would probably have stuck with the... Probably would have stuck with the Scimitar on that fighter, but according to Chatbird in chat, apparently Frost Wolves have Toxic. No good. No es bueno. I mean, thankfully enough, you know, both the runners on screen have, well, have that ribbon, and that's 2 pro rings that Life Reboot picked up right there, so I think he's mostly safe from the Toxic now. Because despite the fact that it's toxic, and which basically means poison, toxic in itself is death element. Because that makes sense. Looks like we got the rod, or aka the crowbar, out of Ice Cave, so yay. Once again, that doesn't really help us get out of the Inner Sea, but that does mean that Life Reboot knows that to get out of the Inner Sea, he's gonna have to go... Ew. Yeah, he's going to have to go to Volcano, and the Agama Spike tile today has been replaced by the Phantom, the worst encounter in the game. Hits like a truck, gives you nothing with respect to XP and gold. And yeah, there's going to be at least one forced encounter with that Phantom, because right there where Kumo stepped. Ooh. Kumo getting lucky with the Thief up front, with the buffed agility, making the Thief quite a bit of a good dodge tank. Alright, so the Crown gets us on the path to get out of the Inner Sea. Now, the Red Mage, not so much at dodging. More got punched in the face. And Kumo is going, alright, I don't have my Red Mage. I don't feel like risking carry. So he's doing the long walkout. I can understand it. It's not necessarily the play I would make, but once again, there's a reason that they're playing and I'm not right now. Alright, looks like Life Reboot has picked up that Bane Axe. Oh, and we see that the Gershark is a Gershark Wizzahag encounter. It's just been low on the Wizzahags for Kumo. Kind of a shame. One would have hoped that that would have been a Gershark Big Eye encounter. Those are just giant balls of XP. Though I can't remember if the A-side tiles or B-side tiles are on. For those who are unfamiliar with that, A-side tiles are the, excuse me, there are the vanilla spike tiles. Single eye, single Agama, and the like. The B-side spike tiles are a more difficult set of encounters. That's where you'll likely end up finding like our giant Agama encounter, 2 to 3 eyes. They're much better XP. They are also much more dangerous. But yes, as Chadbert pointed out in chat, Life Reboot has Temper and has a Ruse Stick. He's probably going to be fine for carry as long as carry's not cast happy. And even if carry is cast happy, that's what the ribbon and the, armor and shield are for in the pro rings. Looks like Life Reboot's just having his Thief wave that stinky axe and hopefully try and poison the Agama. Agamas seem to be a little bit on the thick side today, though. I think they had like 450, 500 hit points. Kumo stopping and just entirely topping off on all of the heal pots, because Volcano can be a bit of a drain on the heal pots if you're not careful. Or even if you are careful, honestly, it's just gonna drain your heal pots most of the time. Alright, is Kumo going to chase the Crown down, or is he going to dive ice while he's in the area? Looks like he's either going to go for carry, or he's going back, or going for ice. He's going for ice. Excuse me. Life Reboot checking these and not checking the actual spike tile. So he's going to be surprised by this Phantom coming up here. It's probably not going to change what he would do anyways, which is run, because no Phantoms, nobody likes them. Anybody who, plays this game and says they like the Phantom, they're lying. That's all it boils down to. They're lying. Nobody likes the Phantom. And apparently the Phantom doesn't like that third slot, because it just entirely bodied Life Reboot's Thief. But his Red Mage was fine, so, that's what Life and Heal Pot is for, or Heal Pots are for. Alright, and it looks like Life Reboot is going to be pulling up to carry here. First encounter, or first fiend encounter. Probably about the 23-30 mark is where he's going to be starting it at, I'm thinking. Congratulations, mages. You've been promoted to a Blade of Meat shield. Go. Thief gets to at least try and dodge things, but yeah, Black Mage, Red Mage, congratulations. You're here to take hits for the fighter. Alright, and it looks like got that Red Mage actually tossing out extra Inviscast on to his fighter, which means one less stack of evasion that the fighter needs to generate himself, but fighter hit once on carry for 28 damage, so gonna need some more ruses, maybe some more tempers, maybe some locks if you have it. But yeah, this looks like it might be a bit of a drop down or knockdown drag out fight. Oh, and carry goes, you know what? Hey, look, a Black Mage. I'm just gonna delete that thing. All right, 2 hits, 137, a little bit better, and man mode time. Thankfully enough, it looks like his fighter was evade capped and did manage to take down that carry, lighting his first orb at the 24:35 mark. Now he's just got to go to the party member store and bring them both back up, or bring everyone else back up. Ooh, something nasty happened to Kumo as well. I saw he was fighting those mages. I didn't see if they got taken down a peg before or after the mages. Either way, that was not a pleasant thing to see. Alright. Life reboot out of that area, going in, resing the party members, gonna go hit the inn, probably hit the item shop and pick up a... No, actually not hitting the item. Alright, I guess he is hitting the item shop. He's just teasing me. Probably gonna go pick up a few houses, given that he's got, 80,000 gold. Whole bunch more cabins so he can, keep the encounter manipulation going. And Kumo has found that ruse stick. Giving him the safety of ruse. I actually did not notice if Life Reboot picked up his... He did not pick up the rest of his party. Apparently he's going just Fighter Red Mage. That's a good way to get the experience concentrated just on those two characters. Ooh, Opal Armor in the 6-pack. I didn't notice that one earlier. That'll be something pretty good for the fighter to swing, or to wear once they get promoted. Alright, we have Crowned Herb. It's gonna have to be herb to ship, because there is nothing else to do in the Inner Sea except for go pick up that Oxy Ale. And this is a fetch quest. We're just gonna make you walk all over the place. Go. Do long walks with a kind of crappy encounter table, or at least moderately crappy encounter table. Alright, and just as a note for the people watching, whilst we do have 2 featured runners tonight, the qualifiers are done as a group race. We have, I think, 6 other people running the same race at the same time. These 2 are just happen to be the ones who volunteered to be on Restream. They're more of racing against their previous times rather than racing against each other. That being said, it does still feel nice to come out first when you're on Restream. But Life Reboot picked up his ship and is heading on over to Provoca, gonna grab that Oxy Ale and then get out of the Inner Sea. Goodbye, Inner Sea. You smell of fish, I'm out of here. Alright, I wonder if Kumo's gonna head over for carry once again now that he's got that ruse stick. Nope, he's not gonna risk it. He's just gonna, I'll deal with carry later. Which is an understandable decision to make. If you don't think you have the resources to, take on a carry or take on carry,
not a bad idea to come back later. If you don't have to actually open any chests and you're just diving down through Volcano, you can get that done in about a minute, minute and a half at most. Alright. Life Reboot out of the Inner Sea, pulling up to Melmond, finding Disappointment at level 5 White Magic, and at level 5 Black Magic, Fast. And that's the only good thing at level 5 Black Magic. Confusion would have been great if, well, if they hadn't already killed Carrie, but, you know, Carrie's already down. And JLo pointing out in chat that, yeah, it didn't have to be the ship. It could have been the floater, but, you know, I'm glad it was the ship. You know, make them run for it. Alright, Kumo walking up to the Dark Elf King going, hey, you want your crown? You want your crown? No. No crown for you. You get lightning instead. But Life Reboot has talked to Dr. Un, gotten his correspondence course on how to speak Lefamish. Learn in 30 minutes. And looks like he's heading on over to check and see what is in the Titan's Trove and check and see what Sarda's got. Now, because the runners didn't pick up the crown, they will be able to hit the, excuse me, they will be able to actually hit up ordeals. But if they didn't have the crown, well, that would have been a bonk off the couch. And I believe both the runners have the rods, so they will be able to take out Lich, which would give them the key item from the sages as well. See if either of them actually go for it right now, or if they get distracted by whatever Sarda gives them and whatever they find in here. Okay, so there is the incentive XCal. So there is the motivation to find the tail and get promoted. XCal rolled +1. It's not bad. The damage bonus that we've got set up for the for these flags is, excuse me, we've got it set for a 21% damage bonus, or 21 damage bonus. I'm not 100% sure if that's actually a percentage, or if it is a, oh, nope, it is not a percentage. It is a straight modifier. Alright, and Sarda had the goods with the floater. Alright, now we have to see if the runners are going to get distracted by the floater, or if they are going to go take out Lich and then go get the floater. I personally would take out Lich while I'm in the area, just because I'm in the area. I don't want to backtrack at all. But, you know, we'll see how the runners decide to roll on this one. That's one of the great things about Final Fantasy Randomizers. There are so many different ways you can route it. Still come out at, you know, a decent time. Especially with these flags. These flags are really meant to be pretty quick flags. I like to describe them as popcorn flags, because you just pop them in, and you're done with it pretty quick. Alright, Life Reboot going to check the Hall of Giants, finding an ugly undead pack. Who'd have thought undead in the Earth Cave? What a surprise. And a red dragon. Could be better, could be worse. They're decent-ish XP. Seems like they can't really hit that much, at least so far. And it looks like... yeah, it looks like Life Reboot was just kind of feeling out what the red dragon has, make sure they weren't going to be horribly mean to him, and it seems like they've just got punch. So he's going to stick with the Bane and Swing strat. Saves the resources, does allow him to just, you know, use the item magic and potentially get this thing taken out. Though it is a bit of a risk, because once again, you have to actually get the Bane to land. I almost would probably be swinging, because it would be most likely easier to kill the red dragon with melee attacks than the Bane. Given that this is the 5th Bane that Life Reboot has tried, and actually got it to land this time. Meanwhile, Kumo checked out the other spike tile, the basic spike tile on Earth. It's the same one that you'll find in Earth 2 and in Earth 3, and it looked like it was mummies and birds. It's not a great spike tile. Okay, it looks like Life Reboot was probably going to go for the melee strats. Just forgot to actually give the red mage something to do. Oh, and he found, and looks like Kumo found the other Bane axe, so yay! Though, honestly, I am not really sure what Kumo would be looking for right now. He's got the X-Cal, he's got a katana, he's got at least one ribbon. I mean, he may be hunting for other ribbons, but really, one ribbon is oftentimes enough as long as you put it on a Lifecaster and the Lifecaster doesn't get torn to pieces by, by physical attacks. I'm looking at you, Kraken 2. Oh, hey, and there is the Thor hammer in a Lightning 3 hammer form. That is actually a pretty good magic item to have. And, you know, eventually you'll be able to give that to the fighter and have him hit pretty hard there. But I think the X-Cal's still probably going to be a better one overall. Thormaster is one of the newer blurses that went in with Final Fantasy Randomizer version 4.5.4. I want to say that one landed about 2 months ago or so. Did a whole bunch of more flag changes and quality of life fixes, including the ability to actually set it so that when you open a chest, it doesn't interrupt the music. So you can actually, you know, have the soundtrack play all the way through. If you listen closely, like when Kumo just opened that chest, it didn't interrupt the music. The music kept playing, so you don't hear just the same, like, same chord over and over and over. Right, and there is the vampire turned into a pile of paste for Kumo, whereas Life Reboot's still keeping on this dragon diet. But his fighter's gotten up to 445 max hit points already, so that's a good point for him. Ooh. And Kumo found a gold Cheerio +4 in the Earth Armory, and another ribbon. Okay, that's a good find. Now, normally the chest behind the vampire would have been the incentivized chest, but Earth Cave didn't get to have an incentive this one. Earth Cave just has Lich. That's your incentive for going to Earth Cave. Because you have to. Alright, I saw Life Reboot's fighter pulling up to 21 right there. I'm guessing his red mage is probably similar, maybe 20, maybe 19 at most. But close. Level 21 for his red mage as well. Alright. Even a properly equipped fighter with this scaling, 24, 25 probably would be good enough for him to run through. He's got the support from the red mage. The black mage eventually will stand back up and will be able to cast fast, temper, and you know, get some locks. Same with the Thief Ninja, once it promotes. Alright, Kumo getting a high roll on that Lightning 3 on Lich, and actually getting a 202 damage hit out of it. Getting his first orblet at 3724. Right, and Kumo is now going to be heading on over to the Ryokan Desert and getting his skyboat. From there, I imagine he'll probably head up to the Onrak continent, hit up the waterfall, and hit up Onrakin itself. Though he doesn't have the key, so he may very well opt to... Oh, no, he's going to Ordeals right now, it looks like. That's what I was just going to say, he may opt to do this first, because with the speedboat, getting down to Ordeals, as long as you don't have too many encounters on the sea, taking the boat to ordeals is oftentimes about the same, maybe a little faster than taking the airship. Because of the airship, you have to park all the way out over by the desert, walk. Really, who wants to park that far out? Yeah, it seems like the ordeals maze hasn't been too punishing on this one. Zombies on a spike tile. Oh, how cute. And of course, as soon as I say it doesn't seem like it's been that punishing, he hits pillar and gets sent all the way back to the start. At least this one wasn't all the way back to the start, just most of the way back. That one was the other all the way back to the star pillar. When you're going through ordeals, it's really good to actually be mindful of where you're at and what ones you've already hit, because otherwise you'll end up going, wait, did I need to go upper or lower on this one? And yes, I do agree with what Chadbert says in chat. That second ribbon is a good thing to find, but this has been a lot of boxes to open. Oh, and we have a Pillar 4 maze. Wonderful. Pillar 4 maze with no warp, because where's warp? We don't know. Alright, looks like Life Reboot has finished up that bit of the grind, as I'm just now noticing that he's no longer eating dragons and is now moving along. He's got level 24 on the fighter, level 23 on the red mage, and I did not see what the thief and black mage were at, but I imagine they are probably half the levels or so. Which, honestly, that's fine. The thief is going to be there to be mostly an ablative meat shield, most likely, and the black mage will be there to cast fast and temper, and that will be it. At this point, I wonder if Kumo is looking for the Maso or something. Oh, well, there's a Vorpal +3. That's something the red mage can swing if things get really bad. That's pretty much the only reason to equip it. Kumo getting caught out by the Were Sword being the odd sword that you can't actually equip on the thief. Which, it's just strange that that was one they decided to make as a fighter level sword. Alright, and Kumo got in the bottle and getting on out of here. Gonna go get into a skyboat and probably gonna head on down to Gaia to turn in that bottle. Maybe he'll head to the volcano to kill Carrie. We'll see here. And blink and you miss it, and down goes Lich for Life Reboot, getting his second orb lit at 4156. Of course, it figures that one of the few times the Ryukon Desert Dock is actually on, it's not necessary because the canoe came so early. And it looks like Life Reboot is heading just straight on over to the Ryukon. Is not going to hit up ordeals. Probably gonna have to probably gonna walk on down and do the long walk to ordeals from the desert parking spot. And it looks like the old men had these Opal Gauntlet +1, or Opal Cheerio +1. So, not a bad piece of armor. You give it to the red mage, give it to the thief, taunt the black mage with it, but that's about all you can do with it for the black mage. Black mage just gets to be sad and armorless. Alright, so with that second piece of incentivized equipment being found, that means that aside from the tail, everything else will be necessary. And the tail, not quite necessary, would at least be a good thing. Oh, Life Reboot's gonna be so disappointed when he talks to the old man. He just bought a whole bunch of gold Cheerios for 45,000 each. Oof, level 6 nuke. I mean, it's not level 8. Yay? It's still not in a pleasant spot, though. Alright, Kumo making his way on down to carry. He's feeling a bit more confident. He's got the ruse stick, got a few more levels under his belt. Feels like he's ready to go punch Carrie in the face. Or, you know, get turned into small bits of things. Alright, looks like Life Reboot's heading to Lefane. Gonna check and see what they got hanging out there. Got that slab pretty early, so may as well turn this thing in. Doing the long, annoying walk on down. Alright, Kumo pulling on up into Carrie's office here very, very soon. As soon as he can get through all of the monsters waiting outside. Alright, and there is the tail for Life Reboot. Given that you got the fighter, you got the X-Cal, you got that thief, you got the katana, tail, not so much a womp, though does kind of feel bad to have to walk down to Lefane to get it. Because honestly, that walk to Lefane, and why couldn't they just be somewhere nice? Like, you know, build near that lake. No, 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 they had to build down in the middle of the peninsula. Jerks. But Life Reboot heading on over to get his promotion on. So thinking heavily about stopping and looting out that treasury, then opted to not do so. Alright, and there is Life Reboot getting all grown up now. Being able to equip all that good armor he's got, that X-Cal, that katana. Yeah. Congratulations, Black Mage, you actually get gear! You're gonna put on that shirt, but he's opting to not put on the shirt, because really, if your Black Mage is getting hit, your Black Mage is gonna die. You know, the armor is it's an aesthetic choice at this point. Alright, Kumo, having done that maze, gonna be pulling up to, or pulling into Gaia, gonna pop open that bottle and see what the fairy has in store for us today. So, of the outstanding items, we have the loot and the key that are going to be endpoints, but we do have both the chime and the cube that are necessary still. Alright, there's the key. That means you are, congratulations, get your butt to OnRack. You're going to have to open up the TFC and see what's in there. Life Reboot's time to get in the maze, and Kumo's heading on over, gonna be picking up his tail, and then walking on back up, and kind of probably grumbling about the horrible stink of the rat tail, but being glad that he can actually go get promoted. It certainly does suck to have a pillar 4 maze when you don't have warp. But, yeah, at least Life Reboot's remembering where each endpoint was taking him, so he's not doing a whole lot of extra looping around. Just the, you know, amount of looping around you get with a pillar 4 maze, because, ugh. Kumo has run into a stake in the forest on his way back up from Lefane. That's some alright XP. 1400 XP split for each person. Alright, Light Free Boot is through the maze, heading on over, and we'll be picking up his bottle very soon here. Whereas Kumo is making the trek over to the Onrak continent. Gonna have to hit up, or maybe he's not. I have confusion. Oh, he forgot to pick up the Oxy Ale before he left. Oh no. And yeah, Chadbert, the Vorpal rolled as a +3. Then again, the Katana rolled a +2, so it's still better. It's a low bar, but still. Alright, Life Reboot remembered, oh wait, I have a black shirt. I can actually, let my black mage have some armor. More importantly, though, you can give him the death and ice, or the ice and time resistance. Alright, here's Kumo popping in to get his promotion now. The key is one of those things that you're both happy to see you've got it, and then you're also kind of annoyed because you know that means you're gonna have to hit TFC. That being said, once you got the tail, or once the runners picked up the tail and the Opal Cheerio, it was predestined that they would be going in to the Sea Shrine and hitting TFC. That friendly chest that is behind the only locked door in the Sea Shrine. Why is it locked? Who knows? In the vanilla game, you would not even be able to get out of that. And yeah, I do have to agree, the TFC as the incentive in Sea Shrine, it's just a beautiful, beautiful thing. Alright, so the robot's going to give us either the chime or the cube, TFC's going to have the other one, and the loot is somewhere loose in the sky. Kinda love it. Alright, robot from the, or the cube from the robot. And disappointment from the waterfall chests. I'd say I'm surprised, but I'd be lying. It's a real shame that neither of the runners actually thought to run back and pick up that level 1 exit. Because it is actually learnable by both the Knight and the Red Wizard now. As long as they left a slot for the Red Wizard to learn it. Got the runners giving each other a high five as they pass by each other in Waterfall, one on the way out, one on the way in. Both having been blessed by Out of Bounds Bat. The bat that will not be constrained by your mortal concept of boundaries. Alright, and it looks like Life Reboot has gotten his way out and is heading on over to the Sea Shrine now. I'm going to check to see what Onrak has. Hope for something useful. Probably be disappointed. Or not even bother with it and just say, alright, well, I don't care about this magic. I know it's going to be garbage. Sea trolls and lobsters, little jumpy, but not hitting too hard. didn't have anything too rude immediately. That's kind of a relief. Alright, as expected, there's a chime. So yeah, it looks like we're gonna have a level 7 or 8 warp, probably, because they've checked all the other levels, and we haven't seen it yet, so yeah. Alright, Xcal putting in work, though. 3 hits, 418 points of damage onto that Gershark. Alright, Kumo's time to dive into the Sea Shrine. I do have to wonder if either of the runners actually picked up Brack when they were in Crescent Lake, though, because, you know, at least give them something to do with the Black Mage and the Red Mage fighting Kraken and Tiamat. Aside from being buff bots, that is. That's if and only if they actually have casts or magic spell charges for it. I can English, I swear. I'm wondering if Kumo forgot that it's the behind gating chest, or if he's just checking for more stuff. I'm not sure. You know, Devious, I'm not sure if they're looking for a ribbon. There's been Kumo has found 2 ribbons, and Life Reboot has found one, but did not check the Earth Armory, which is where the second one was. Okay, it looks like Life Reboot's just doing some greed checks. That's alright. And yeah, both have checked a bunch of boxes. Oh, I-Tile in C. Well, it's a thing. Would have been a bit late if they were running black belts on this one, but looks like both of our runners on screen opted for fighters tonight, which means we really don't have to deal with too much of a static grind, thankfully. It looks like Kumo is deciding to take the eye, though, and get some levels on his party, because he did not do what Life Reboot did, check the Hall of Giants, find the dragon, and then, you know, get his Red Mage and his Knight all nice and strong, beefed up on the, beefed up on the red dragons. Life Reboot, though, going, hey, look, here's a Bane Axe, fight Kraken. Kinda love to see that. Alright, with that, Life Reboot has got his third orb lit, and is gonna be heading on over to the Mirage Tower to start looting out Sky to find the loot. Maybe if he's lucky, he'll come across the third ribbon. Who knows? He's got the 1 ribbon, though. Don't think I actually picked up Wall, though. And it looks like Life Reboot is opting to not bother with the Mirage Tower chests, which I don't blame him for. They are kind of annoying to get to sometimes. Like, less than greater than at least has a good concentration of them, but then you have to walk all the way down and all the way back, and it's just too much work. Especially when you know you gotta all open up random chests in Sky. Alright, Sky 1 right. Nothing. Swing and a miss. Four hits, 276. That poor eyeball never stood a chance. Alright. Sky 1 left. Do we get any luck? Do the bad men pretend bad things? Yes. Yes, they do. Alright, and in the Bane Sword chest Is this gonna be useful? Nope. Just a random house. But Kumo has diced and sliced up Kraken, and now there's fresh calamari splattered everywhere. Alright, Sky 1. Big fat balla whiff. Sky 2. I hate checking this floor. Yeah, Sunsword plus 3 though, that's not a bad weapon. Good amount of damage. Crit's kind of lacking, but it's good damage. Alright, Kumo pulling up to get that chime. Once he gets through all of these encounters. Alright, Vanilla Sky incentive, swing and a miss. But hey, rock halls, these are always good XP. Alright, and there is the chime for Kumo. With no transportation magic, he's gonna have to walk the long way. Well, there's another ribbon. All 3 ribbons have now been accounted for, at least between the 2 players. Almost done with this horrible floor. Aegis Shield. It's not a bad shield to find, honestly. You can give your ninja that flame shield, or you can just throw it away. Though, given that the ninja already has earth and ice resistance just as a default, pardon me, it's understandable to throw away the flame shield when it is a -2, as long as you got something better. Right, Sky 3 North, aka CC's Gambit, and there is the loot. And a Masa right above it, holy crap. Alright, well, yeah. There is no reason to touch any chests anymore, period. So we are going to be coming upon the Bridge of Destiny here very, very soon. Are we going to be seeing our Lord and Savior, the Robot Chicken, Warmech? Come on, Warmech. Come on, Warmech. Warmech. Oh, that's just a nacho. I don't want nachos, I want Warmech. Looked like Life Reboot gave that Vorpal to his Red Mage to swing. Masa for the fighter, and the ninja got the katana. Man, just more nachos. I am very disappointed with this floor. Oh, it could be that Ice -1 sword that the Red Mage is swinging as well, because I don't remember if Life Reboot picked up the Vorpal or not. Boo, no mech sighting tonight. Thank you for pointing that out, Devious. I wasn't sure. I thought I saw the blue of the Vorpal, but then I was reminded of that Ice Sword and started questioning my sanity. More so than I normally do. It's something I'm constantly doing anyways. Alright, we got the fast on the fighter out on round 1. Got a few more tempers. Holy crap, 9 hits, 802. Down goes TO1. 4th Orblet, 102.29. And Life Reboot is in go mode now. Gonna be dashing for Topher and hoping for mercy, though he is going to be picking up that life spell at least. That's good. God, I hate checking these chests on Sky 2. Honestly, the way that I generally will route this is I will check Sky 2 last if I have to, because, man, these chests just suck. Alright, and 103.28, and we had Life Reboot into the short Topher. All he has to do is get through the Fiend refights and then actually survive to get to Chaos. Speed bump time. 5 hits, 5-0 setup in out of the non-fasted, just straight vanilla, or Masa +4. Yeah, then the Katana comes in for another couple hundred damage, down. Alright, carry 2 up, 289. 5 hits, 210. Black Mage slapping for 2. I'm helping! 3 hits, 152. Down goes carry 2. Thief's a little on the hurt side, but whatever. Fight, fight, fast. Temper. Fast going off first, surprisingly. And the Blade of Meat Shield doing what it was supposed to do and getting crushed. And Kraken 2 getting 1 shot. 9 hits for 1018. Holy crap. The good thing about the Ablative Meat Shield is that it was in the first slot, so it's at least really easy to shove heal pots in its throat. Alright, we got Fight, we've got Fast, and we've got Temper. And there is the loot for Kumo. And there is Kumo walking out of the room without grabbing that Masa +4 as well. It's kind of hate to see it, but, you know, it's understandable. You've got what you need. You know, he did pick up that 3rd ribbon from the bottom floor, so he's just like, great, I'm good, go. Alright, and we have Chaos coming up at, I'm going to say 105.10. Okay, I was wrong. 105.15. 105.16. I was close. Alright, we've got Roost Stick coming out. We've got Fast. We've got Fight. We've got some Temper. Chaos has Sleep Touch. Punch that ninja, put it right to sleep. Ruse goes out. Fast goes out, and the Temper has gone out. Ninja wakes up, goes, wait, what, huh? Does, wait, we have a Ruse... Oh, no. Sorry, Ninja swings. 3 hits for 70 damage. Another Ruse going out. Another Temper. So we've got 3 Tempers, 2 Ruses, and, well, get ready for more Temper. And I think we got a test swing coming out from the fighter here, too. 3 hits, 154 from that ninja. 7 hits, 741. Getting closer. A little bit of lock wouldn't be a bad idea, but honestly, this'll be fine. Good night, ninja. You've done your job. You took the punches. 6 hits, 1174. Chaos still standing. Not for much longer, I think, though. Oh, and Chaos going, you know, maybe I should stop playing around, and does a nuclear. Unfortunately for Chaos, too little too late. Get your GGs out for Life Reboot, finishing up at 106.19. GG. Excuse me. And we have Kumo getting into Tove. Looting the place out. Not sure what he'd be looking for, hoping for Amasa, I'm guessing, but not so much. Give us just a moment here. We're gonna see about sending in invite. Alright, and there is Life Reboot joining us in the chat. Or when I say us, I mean the voices in my head, I guess. Anywho, GG's Life Reboot. Good game. Well done.
Thank you. Hey, GG Kumo.
Yeah, Kumo is just pulling up to carry 2 right now and just murdering her. Right. So I have to ask, why did you crack open so many chests in this seed? Are you just looking for gear, or?
I think once I found the Roost Stick and the Vorpal +3, I probably was good to not open anything else. But I have a bad habit of opening boxes indefinitely, so I found that Massa +4 above the loot.
Yeah, that was, I will fully admit, that's something I might have missed, though. I can definitely understand the loot goblin tendencies. You never know what's going to be in that box. It could be something awesome. It's more often than not like 20 gold, but it could have been awesome.
Yeah. If I had been thinking that I was going to have to open so many boxes in the sky anyway, I was probably good to skip most of the ones that I did open, but whatever.
Yeah, no, that's fine. You still got in, and you finished up second in this one. The first person to finish was, give the voices in my head a moment here while I pull that up. Not Young Me, who finished up at 103.07.
Yeah, Not Young Me has been putting up some very good scores in our pickup races during the days lately. It's been very impressive for a newer player.
Yeah, I've been keeping an eye on him, and there have been a lot of the newer players who've just been putting in a lot of work. And it's showing off. Alright, Kumo is through that tier 2, using the same ablative meat shield ninja strategy that you did, though your fighter and red mage were a bit higher level because you took time to grind on the red bees in the Hall of Giants. Though Kumo found the eye tile in Sea Shrine, it was in the Sharknado room. Took that for a little bit to get levels on his party, but you know, it's still working out, or it still worked out for you. And, yeah, I'm trying to find if I've got the tab open with all of the qualifying times on this one. Do you know about what your average time has been so far?
I'm trying to just run as many as I can. I haven't been paying too close attention.
Honestly, that's probably a good way to go about it. Yeah, I would have liked to have been able to get in on these, but I got distracted by other things and just was not able to. I wasn't able to put enough time to focus on these flags. And so I figured I'd leave it to the people who actually have had the time and, you know, have put in the work for it. Oh my, yeah, I'm looking at seeing how many races you've run, and yeah, you have really put in the work for it. Oh my, it looks like that nuclear probably came out from Chaos a little early on Kumo's side. But, you know, he's got the temper going, he's got the evade kept fighter. Mostly academic at this point, he'll be finishing in real soon. Speak of the devil, 5 hits, 512, and at 111.05, that is Kumo finishing up, so get your GGs out in chat for him. See about sending him an invite as well. Yeah, forgive me, I'm not entirely braining on questions right now. What are your thoughts on these flag sets? And is there anything specific that you'd be looking forward to now that you're definitely going to be moving on into the brackets here soon?
These flags are a little bit funny. I can't decide whether or not the black belt is good or not. Because, you know, you spend the time and you can power through Topher, but because it's short Topher, I'm not sure it does anything other than guarantee victory. I think the way to win might be to not take a black belt, but I'm not convinced either way. It's just sometimes it leans into the black belt's favor and other times it doesn't, so I don't know.
Yeah, this one, I don't think this one would have been a really black belt friendly one, given that there were no grind tiles that were really viable early on. Like, yes, there was the red dragon, but that even didn't come until like 35-40 minutes because, well, you had to chase everything down on the inside to excuse me, to be able to get out of the inner sea. Which, yeah, that fetch quest chain was kinda ugly.
GG to Kumo. I guess also to answer your question, I'm looking forward to the matchups where we'll actually get to draft the incentive items. I think that's an interesting twist that I don't think I've ever seen before in a tournament for the Final Fantasy randomizer. So it should be interesting.
Yeah, that is something I am very much looking forward to with these. Looking forward to seeing how that plays out, and how many people go for like, all right, well, I'm gonna choose to do the white shirt or the black shirt, and something else is equally as useless. Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting little meta thing there. See if I can't get Kumo in the booth. I see his in chat right now. He's having some. All right, there we go. Kumo should be joining us here. Well, very shortly. All right, and we are joined by Kumo. So GG's Kumo.
Thank you, thank you.
GG Kumo.
I totally missed the Massive 4. Totally missed it!
Yep. Yeah, you did open up a lot of chests, and then the one chest that I was like, all right, he'll probably get that one just because it's right next to the loot. Yeah, I was like, oh, ooh.
Yep.
As soon as go ahead.
No, as soon as I got the loot, I was like, I need to go. I'm in go mode. I stopped opening chests.
Yeah, though you did find all 3 ribbons because you actually checked the Earth Armory and got the ribbon that was hanging out in there. That was one that Life Reboot did miss, but not everybody gonna find everything.
Yeah, I need to stop checking so many chests, but I figured since I had a fighter, I was looking for some better armor.
Yeah, I thought I saw y'all had had opal armor. Or maybe that was an opal shield that I missaw.
No, I had an opal armor.
Okay.
But
yeah,
I should have go ahead. I should have stopped checking chests sooner.
No, I can understand that one. I've got a big old loot goblin on my shoulder too.
I keep checking the attic of Marsh because the first 2 or 3 seeds that I played, I found massas in the Marsh attic, and now I can't stop checking. Like,
I was wondering why you went up and checked Marsh Top.
It's a weird habit. Oh, I should stop. It's only 3 chests.
Yeah, I'm glad you remembered that because I'm not gonna lie, I kind of had memory hold that. Yeah, it looks
Spell
like
selection sucked.
Hey, at least you had sweepers available at level 1.
Yes,
could have been worse.
Yes.
Could have been worse.
I've rolled like over 16 seeds, and some these spell selections I have yet to see nuke in any of the level 4 slots.
That's not uncommon. With the tiered spell selection or tiered spell shuffle, yeah, it's the fact that you even got Fire 3 at level 2, that's kind of a rarity, honestly.
I was just disappointed at the lack of warp, unless I missed it. I couldn't find it.
Yeah, warp didn't exist as far as I can tell. So that means it was probably level 8, maybe level 7. I don't think either of you popped into level 7.
And exit was white locked, so couldn't have that at all.
Yeah. Actually, no, the slot 4, that can be learned by the Knight and the Red Wizard. Slot 2 is the one that is hard white locked.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like one of the only spell levels that I actually remember that on. Aside from level 3, where it's like 1 and 3, everything else is.
Exit really didn't matter anyway by the time we.
Yeah, I was gonna make the same comment, Kumo. Not to knock exit, it's a fantastic spell, but warp really helps you on like those sky floors, and
Mm-hmm.
not having it is disappointing. Yeah, it's weird opening up Sky 2 before Sky 3, but when you don't have warp, that's the way I do it, right?
Yeah, even without warp, or even with warp, I tend to hit Sky 2 last, just because I really hate that floor.
Yeah, I'm with you. Like, I do Sky 1 right and left, and then I skip the Bane Sword chest, and then I'll go to Sky 3 right, and then I'll check like one side of Sky 2, and then I'll do Sky 3 top and left or something, and then go back to Sky 2 right, and then if I still haven't found it, then the Bane Sword chest last. Like, if I have warp, I really shuffle up the way that I clear Sky.
Yeah, for me, I tend to pick up, like, I'll pick up the left side of Sky or Sky 2 on my way down, just because I'm there,
Warp
and I go for that
elevate.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, that was totally useless.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jayla.
All right. But yeah, with that, I'm like I said, I'm kind of out of brain. So let's just go ahead and go to final thoughts. So, Kumo, let's start off with you.
Very interesting, Seed. I have learned a few more things because I'm still kind of. I'm just trying to learn how to route better, not loot Goblin as much. So this is a very interesting set, where you can't really pick your party members like you want to. So.
Yeah, it's a fair cop. Life Reboot, how about you?
Yeah, what Kumo is saying, the party draft pool can be restrictive at times. Sometimes I get seeds that are melee only, and that really can trip you up. Not in this seed, thankfully, but it's been interesting. I'm learning about myself that I really lean into like black magic and like finding just nuke, right? And the tiered shuffle and the party draft is a bit restrictive in allowing me to do that. So I've been having to kind of change up my game as well. But in any event, GG again to Kumo and all the other racers, especially Not Young Me, who finished first. And I'm sure Hate will say something about this, but if you're not a member of the Final Fantasy Randomizer community, join our Discord. We're great people and we'll help you learn.
Yeah, there is no dearth of people willing to answer questions about the randomizer, which, speaking of the community and the randomizer itself, if you like what you saw tonight, you can check out the randomizer itself at FinalFantasyRandomizer.com, and you can find the link to the Discord page there, or to the Discord there as well. We have a fairly robust new player program, though our next iteration of that is probably a couple of months away. That is called our Duckling program. But even still, never hurts. If you want to learn it, jump on into the Duckling pool or Duckling pond. There's plenty of people there who will answer questions for you, and there are always pickup races. Like every day, there's at least 3 or 4 pickup races on the Discord. So there is more than enough opportunity to learn to race, or even just to learn to play. And the devs have done a really good job with this. They have fixed a lot of the bugs that existed with the vanilla Final Fantasy, and made a lot of really interesting flags that haven't been shown off here. These, as I mentioned earlier, these flags are meant to be a bit popcorny. They're meant to be quick and just picked up and run with. There are other ways to make this randomizer a whole different game, though. But anyhow, with that, I have been Hate the 13th, with JLo doing the tracking, and I will bid you all a good evening.